But yeah, no, let's go. What's up?
Let's talk about the music. Where's the music at?
Music. I'm just working behind the scenes, trying to get, I guess, stuff done. We had a few hiccups last year. I think 2020 is gonna be where it's at.
All right, okay. Where's the hiccups?
Where?
Or
What do you mean?
What do you mean by hiccups, so to say?
Just like certain things that kind of where you have like a timeline of certain things and certain events that you want to happen. Certain pieces of it kind of, I don't want to say messed up, because I didn't mess up, or there weren't any specific mess ups, but certain events happened that, kind of halted for a second, and we had to worry about that and figure that out before we could get to the actual, to get back on track.
Okay. And when you say we, who are you talking about?
I mean, we in general. I'm defining, I guess, the word hiccup, or not the word hiccup, but the meaning of how I used it. So when I say we, I just mean we, like as artists, we as people,
Okay.
like as in general. But in this particular specific instance, it was just me that was worrying about this stuff.
Okay.
As an artist.
Now, the reason I brought up music first is because that's how it's all started, right? Started with music.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to a big company, right?
Trying
to move on.
It. So, yeah.
And what does this company offer? What does it do? Who is the company?
Well, the company is LLOW Entertainment. LLOW stands for it's LLOW, and it stands for Living Life Our Way Entertainment. And we just focus on pretty much just any way that people can find entertainment on a day-to-day basis is something we will potentially jump into, a potential industry that we're going to try to jump into to I guess in a sense find the faults in it and find our place in it, and see how we can make that industry better in our own way. So like as of right now, we're working on the music end of it, and then we have a few ideas and few ways few industries that we're gonna try to dive into in the upcoming future, the near future.
Okay, so we got started with music. You get the company. Where did the company come about? Why did this idea just plop?
All right, so I was in college. I started to give you like a quick rundown of because like I feel like a lot of it is important. Is that I started making music not knowing how to make music, so I kind of learned everything that I know, and almost self-taught everything. And then I got to this point where in college, because I actually started in high school. Then when I got to college, that was when I was like, all right, now I'm trying to make my big break. And the thing that got me the most frustrated was that as I was trying to get into all of these record labels, and I literally went to probably all the big major labels that you could think of. I did all of my research. I called, I emailed, I mailed, and it was like, none of them wanted to hear it. None of them wanted to listen. None of them, like I would even taken a no, but they didn't even want to listen to it. So the best way that somebody spoke to me on it was that they kind of have like a mail room. So like you send all of your stuff and they throw it in a mail room that it pretty much dies. Nobody ever looks at. And that kind of frustrated me, and I was like, all right, you know what, if nobody's gonna help, if nobody wants to even listen to help me, then I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna create my own company to put myself on. And then just kind of like as I saw the potential for me and how it was helping me out, I thought about how it could actually help people who are also in my predicament, who major labels, they want people who are already successful. So the people who may not, we can go for somebody who already has like a bunch of downloads, a bunch of views, a bunch of streams and all that, but we won't we won't forget about the people who have the actual talent but may not have the amplifier to get to the people that they want to. So that's essentially how it started.
Where does that drive come from?
I feel like drive in itself is something either people have, or like you either you have it or you don't, and it's not necessarily like you're either born with it or not. But like anything, if people don't have a drive for something, that's because they don't have enough of an interest in it. So like one day you'll find something that you are so interested in that you develop that drive for that. And for me, it's music is kind of like the spark, but it's, I think, success that ultimately kind of is the driving force. Like I understand, you fail, and I've definitely had my my failures in getting to where I am, but I think the ultimate success is what is driving me, and I need to succeed. And then as I see this company growing, it's like the number one thing for me now is that this company has to succeed.
What's the ultimate success? You use that phrase.
I guess establishment, and being established as a well-recognized company, and somebody who's a major player in any industry that we get into. So kind of like Apple. So you look at Apple started out as the computer company, and then it's like once they hit the phone company, they became a presence. They became a presence in that. And like that's the kind of company I would want. That like if we get into, let's say we're doing music, and then we plan on doing film next, and we have like other industries. So like let's say we're like, you know what, we want to start making video games. The strength of them knowing, wow, LLOW Entertainment, they're getting into the gaming industry based off of their music and their film and the other stuff that they've already done. And we know that it's great already, that we know this game's gonna be great. The games that they develop is gonna be great.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So not just like be at the table, but like in a sense take over the table, be the head seat at the table.
Not necessarily. It's not about taking over. It's just about being recognized.
Okay.
So like, I'd want it to be that when we get to that table, that we're not. I don't mind being an outcast, but it's a matter of like who's this guy? What are they doing here?
Yeah.
It's when we sit down, it's like oh shit, like oh, we got this guy here at the table now. And even at that, when we get to the table, to like use your metaphor, when we get to the table, it's like everybody at the table knows, wow, this table just got better because their LLOW Entertainment's now on here.
Okay, I see it. Now here comes the dreaded question of all time. Where do you see the company in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20? How big does this get?
You know what's funny? I don't really like that question.
It's the worst question. It's the fucking worst question.
No, but not for that reason. I don't like that question because I'm somebody who I've always like that's dealing too much with like hypotheticals, mm-hmm. and I'm somebody who I like to deal with facts. So it's like based on the facts now, like I only have so much facts that me saying it is just like where do you hope that it is, It's like where do you see the company? And I'm also realistic, so I can't really speak to it so much. But if I were to try to answer that question as truthful as possible, I would say that definitely music, definitely film, and definitely making more money than we are making today. So I hope we have an interview in 5 years and those three statements are at the very least true.
Shit, bro. I mean, put it out there, it'll definitely happen, right? So they say. What other industries? Was video games just an example, or is that an avenue? Is there any limit to?
It's always a potential. I mean, I know I've had ideas, But once again, like each industry that we get into, it's like we have to learn. So, and right now, not to sound overworked, but like right now my palette is full with doing music and then continuing to learn music, and then also we're doing filming, and I'm at like the very beginner stage of it, so like I also have to learn that too. So to get into video games, I would have to learn that industry. So what the model is for the company is that I'm definitely interested. So like me as a film, like I'm definitely interested, and I have great ideas for film. But at the same time, it's not about me, it's about the company, and the company might find, you know, a guy over somewhere who already has interest, and he might not have that. He might not have that that backing. So then that's where my company comes through, because my company comes and the company will come and say, hey, you know, I know that you're a filmmaker and I know you're passionate about it. Let me help you in making that film, and then we'll just be part producers on it. So like we'll be, you know, the amplifier for that industry. So like if it's somebody who wants to make a game, they already have their idea, they have how like their budget and all that, and we come in, how can we help you? So it might not even be me that makes the first game or me that makes the first film.
Yeah.
It's the company helping somebody else live their dream and then making their creation. So like I couldn't really tell you. I meet somebody, or any of my people meet somebody who like is in another industry, and they're like, hey, you know, I have this great idea, and they bring it to me. They bring it to me, and I think it's a great idea too, and I think it's something that we actually can put a foot in and say, you know, hey, we can help you out. Then hey, you know.
Yo, thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you like this video, check out some more content here. And as always, don't forget to live life your way.